lifeandliving.org and visit us online at lifeandliving.org.
Welcome back to Life and Living. We're doing another segment dedicated to health and wellness, feeling your best, being as healthy as you can. And I have with me today Carol Michaels, who's a fitness professional and founder and creator of Recovery Fitness, which we're going to get into in a little bit, but that is a program specifically for people who have been diagnosed with cancer.
Yes.
Well, we're going to get back to that, because what I really want to first congratulate you on is the fact that you were named one of the top 10 personal trainers to watch in the United States by Life Fitness, which is the global leader in commercial fitness equipment, and also the American Council on Exercise. That's a pretty hefty award to have won, so congratulations. And how did that happen for you?
Oh, thank you so much. I applied for the award, found out that I was a finalist in October, and I was just so grateful to receive that award, because I'm working in a field where I can help people help themselves and help them improve their lifestyle. And I was just so thrilled to receive that award from two great organizations, ACE and Life Fitness.
Tell me about the work that you do and the kind of people that you're treating.
Well, right now I have many different types of people. I have people who are relatively fit, who just need to lose some weight, some people who have arthritis, osteoporosis, and a big focus of what I do right now is my Recovery Fitness cancer exercise program.
You know, before we get to that, there's just a question that's pressing on me, and I have a feeling you can answer it. Why, as a country, why in this area are we so fat? I mean, really, what are we doing wrong?
Well, first of all, portion control is a big problem. For some reason, people think that a portion is a huge plate of food. I guess they just get that idea from going to restaurants where one portion can feed a whole family.
Right, the whole "Super Size Me" slogan has taken off, and look what it's doing to us. But so portion control.
So portion control, people need to be educated that in order to maintain or lose weight, they have to really understand what a portion is. So for example, for dinner, you might have fish or chicken, and the size should be maybe a deck of cards, or perhaps just the size of your fist.
I've heard the palm of your hand.
Exactly.
Now, does that count thickness? Because what if I have a steak that's about this thick? But in all seriousness, you know, I see these steaks that are served, you know, yay high, yay wide. What are we doing to ourselves by eating that amount of meat?
Right, so that's just way too much food. And so people need to be educated that you really have to know, visualize what the right portion should be. So if you are served a large portion like that, it's really a good idea to cut off the amount that you should eat and save the rest for another time.
Or split with a friend.
Exactly.
What about going out to eat? I mean, is that our downfall too?
That's a very big problem. Restaurants are very popular now. A lot of people are having the greater majority of their meals outside of the home. And that's presenting a problem because the portions are large, and a lot of times the food is cooked with a lot of butter and high fat. If you cook at home, you can control what goes into your food.
Do you think people understand what they need to be eating? Do you think, you know, there are a lot of mixed messages out there, some from doctors who say do this, doctors who say do that. How do we make sense of all that, and do we get it?
Yeah, there is a lot of confusion out there. So basically, people do need to be educated. People just don't think about what they're eating. It's a good idea to write down everything, and then you can analyze it. For example, sometimes people will start the day with a huge glass of orange juice, and they don't understand why they're not losing weight. And then when I find out how many ounces are in that orange juice, they're starting off with 400 to 600 calories in orange juice. So it's important to write down what you're eating, the size, and analyze it.
So it's not just eating the right things, but it's eating the right amount of the right things.
Yes, that's very important.
Because even chicken, even orange juice can be bad for you if you're consuming too much.
Yes.
You know, the sense that I get today is that people are stressed out. People are busy and maybe don't have time or don't have the ability to cope with their stress. Mm-hmm. What do you say to that?
Yes, and that brings in the whole aspect of emotional eating. So many times people are eating when they're really not hungry. They're just stressed. And you know, with this economy and people having stress over their job, in order to take care of the stress, they're eating Sometimes people are sad or anxious and they're substituting food. So we have to really think about, why are you eating? Many people are eating when they're not hungry. They're eating for other reasons. Another thing that comes into play is sleep deprivation.
Right.
People are not sleeping enough. And what happens when you don't sleep enough, you kind of mix up the cues. And maybe at 10 o'clock, instead of just going to bed, people think, oh, I'm hungry.
Time for a snack.
But really, they should just go to sleep.
Carol, you created the Recovery Fitness program. Tell me about it and why you started this.
I started this program because so many people, my clients, friends, and family, had cancer. And I saw that they were having so many problems with the side effects of the surgery, the chemotherapy, and the radiation. And I wanted to do something to help them feel better.
And so tell me about the program. What does it do?
So what the program does is helps improve range of motion. Many times after surgery and after treatments, the shoulder, the chest can become very tight. You can lose your flexibility, decrease range of motion. So my program helps restore the person to what they were able to do prior to the surgery.
Is this tightness really related to all cancers? Are there cancers where we see it becoming more common?
Well, unfortunately, all cancers seem to be very common.
I'm sorry, but the tightness that you're describing and the lack of motion and the lack of range of flexibility, is there a particular cancer that that's associated with?
Yes, in particular breast cancer, you'll see that very much. Many times people come to me with a frozen shoulder. A lot of times due to the surgery, they will want to protect the area, not use the arm as much as they should.
And we brought with us bands today. You brought bands for me. I want you to show me some things that you would recommend a person do to help loosen up that shoulder or the upper body.
Right. So there's so many things that you can do. Many times the ability to raise the arm up in shoulder flexion is not what it should be. So for example, if my right arm is affected, I can bring this band up and use my stronger arm to help gently stretch the other arm. And the patient would do this several times with nice, slow relaxation breathing. So you would exhale, just bring this up till you feel a little bit of a loosening in the tightened area, and then slowly bring it back down. So that's one of the exercises that you can do to help loosen up the area.
Show me another one, Carol.
Another exercise would be to bring your band up like so and widen the grip and just lean to the side a little bit. And you can probably feel a little bit of loosening in the shoulder and chest area. You would just bring that back to center and then go to the other side. And if you're doing this, you would hold it for approximately 10 to 30 seconds.
It's just really a gentle stretch, just open up that body. Do people who exercise respond better to their therapy, to their chemotherapy? Short answer, because we're out of time.
Many times they do. So many people who have done gentle exercise during chemotherapy are tolerating the treatments better.
Carol, thank you so much for sharing your expertise. I'm sure you've made a big difference.